the important factor is really coming together and to learn, just to learn about others, other beliefs, other practices, other rituals, other customs, that I think in some way, through our own sense of identities, there's a lot of commonality and a lot of similarity, and just really excited to be able to explore that.
I really, really appreciate that. And looking at your bio, I saw that you were born in Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at what age did you leave Canada?
So I did undergraduate studies in Toronto at York University, and then I left Canada when I was 24, and I left to go to Europe, to London, where I trained to prepare to become a rabbi at Leo Beck College in the heart of North London.
That is interesting that, North America, Canada, then you went to Europe and then to Jerusalem, then to America. So you have a realistic experience of the world. That is interesting.
I like to think so.
Let's not get carried away.
I must say that with the shows that your Father Anderson, yourself had on radio, and coming up to Stuart for those programs that you all had, I'm contemplating I may have to move up that area and join the team. It is such a powerful get together when we have these programs across there. You can feel the energy in the crowd, how they love the coming together of, three of us from the three major faiths in the world. That is really, really interesting. And it is so much needed, especially, we always thought it was always needed, but every year and every day that we move on, it's like it's even needed more at this time. It's even needed more. So, Mr. Father Christian, could you share with our viewers a little bit of your background?
I am a priest out here in Stuart, Florida, and now it's my 7th year. And this is my first call out of seminary, so it's my second vocation in life. I worked in the entertainment world before this, so it has given it's helped a bunch with the work of ministry, with dealing with all of the nuttiness and wildness that comes with the entertainment world, but also most importantly is that in the entertainment world, your task is to tell a story and to tell a story well, and if you can't tell a good story, then you can't sell anything, and so. In the church, that's what we're doing. We're telling the story of Jesus, and so that's what's really helped, I think, a lot, and trying to invite people into that story, and then building upon that story. So then, when I did my ordination, we had the ordination here at the church. It was really important to have surrounding religious leaders here, and so I made the big faux pas of calling a rabbi. To come join us on a Saturday for ordination. And so that was my first lesson in interfaith work. Make sure you get the Sabbath right. So Shabbat, of course, and so he respectfully and lovingly declined. His assistant did. And then, but then we said, let's go hang out again. So then once we started to hang out, get to know each other, realize we're two normal people. And I think anytime you meet another clergy person who's relatively down to earth, you kind of cling to them. Because a lot of us are very socially awkward, and not saying that I'm not, but not as much as the next one. So then Matt and I just started hanging out a bunch, and then that led to a bunch of good interfaith work. And then I reached out to, at one point during our radio show, saying this is really catching a lot of people really enjoy the interfaith work. I think it really taps into something. People always ask, why do you do this? Well, I think we do this because people are hungry for it. If no one listened to us, if no one wanted to do it, if no one showed up at these lunches, we stopped doing it. But lots of people show up. We canceled one of our programs, our major program, Alpha, this year, just so we can do this 5-part series that Imam, you're a part of. So when I reached out to a priest friend of mine, Alberto Coutier, and said, I need a good Imam who understands interfaith work, who respects and loves interfaith work, and you came out of his mouth faster than you can say, something. And so anyways, you came and you've been a great part of our life. And now here we are, but thank you because you've stepped into, you came to a temple soon after the war started in Gaza, and I'm sure there was if you didn't have any concerns, then you would be a person who doesn't have any worries in the world. But this wasn't your first rodeo, because you care so much about interfaith work, and you know the answer that's needed is that we all just need to get together and talk with one another, even if emotions are going to be very, very high.